let's talk about being a pro athlete. Cayla, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What would you say is the toughest part about being a pro athlete?
So I think being a professional athlete, I've been one for so long that you kind of forget all the sacrifices that you're making while you're being a pro. But you know, weddings missed, birthdays missed. I think after the Tokyo Olympics, because we were in quarantine, I missed my sister's wedding where I was, you know, her maid of honour. I missed it by 22 hours. So because of quarantine, and you know, I missed my formal in grade 12. So there's so much sacrifice that goes alongside being a professional athlete, and it's well worth the sacrifice. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot that we have to miss out on. But we also get to experience a whole lot as well in this athlete life.
Tolo, what do you think about it specifically as a female athlete?
I mean, as someone who's played in the WNBA 1 year, you just have to look at that, and the, you know, minimum salary is what, 500, 600 grand now for men, whereas it's quite low for women comparatively.
Yeah.
So just in terms of like, if you were born a male and you were as good in the male sport, it would be a completely different situation financially for you. But I feel like as female athletes, the good thing is that we're more rounded as humans because of that, because we understand what life is like. It's not just all about basketball. We have to be good people. Some of us work at the same time, and it kind of gives you more of a rounded perspective on life.
Yeah, amazing. And let's say from a young female athlete, Madge, like someone who's a young female who's in their 12 to early teens aspiring, what is it that, because I feel like it's that age where a lot of girls start to drop off. What's that thing that then switches the mindset and makes you go, no, I have to do this. I'm like, this is what I want.
That is a really good question. I think growing up as a young female athlete now, I wish I was just starting my basketball career. I feel like it's really heading in the right direction, so that's super inspirational for those younger females at the moment. But like Cayla said, it's just so much sacrifice, and it does take a special type of human, a very determined, driven person from that young age to, you know, not want to hang out with their friends and go shoot hoops at the basketball court. But I think the more that coaches and programs can keep it fun, and you know, the best part about playing basketball is a friend. So the more, you know, you can keep that at the forefront and keep them involved by making those the priorities, you know, not how many points you score, or I think eventually, you know, the sacrifices become worth it.
We all know you're incredible basketballers. If you weren't playing basketball, what's that one thing you think you'd be doing?
Probably netball.
Even if it's not a sport, is there something that you think if you hadn't done the basketball path, you would have gone down that path?
I studied, like Tolo said, like we all have something else going on, so I studied to be a PE teacher, but as my basketball career's kind of progressed, and what I really love about it is uplifting and empowering women. Now I'd love to be general manager of a women's sports team, not necessarily basketball.
Oh, we can make that happen.
Yes.
Yes, Madge, come on.
We need
You
more
heard it
female
here
representatives. Love that, amazing.
I think if I didn't have basketball, I'd be on a completely different path. Like when I was a kid in high school, I wanted to be an architect.
Amazing.
So, but after, you know, high school finished to get into uni, I did sports science and kind of went more with the basketball path. So you never know.
I mean, I thought I was going to be a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Slightly
Exactly.
different pathway. You guys have played around the world, you've played in Australia. What's your favourite city that you've ever played in? Just the city alone, it could be from
I would
the
probably
experience, whatever it was.
Yeah, no, I would probably say because as an athlete, I've been able to experience all over the world, live, play in so many different amazing cities that my favourite city is probably Cairns because it's home. Because I'm rarely there, so when I have played there and been there with my family, it's been really special.
Yeah. Girls?
I mean, one of my favourite basketball experiences ever was in Paris for the French Cup. I got to play in front of 14,000 people, and there was screaming, and it was a double overtime game, and we won. So it was like incredible, and so that kind of gives me a little like, good nostalgia.
I'd have to say fondest memories definitely Sydney at the 2022 World Cup.
I was there.
And then also playing at Madison Square Garden in the WNBA was pretty special.
I feel like that's a mic drop moment. Madison
I mean,
Square Garden.
we've all got some.
I know, but it's pretty cool.
Question best memory or
No, just best city.
Just best city.
And because of Madison Square for her.
Oh, right.
Is there a second part to that question that you
Yeah,
answer?
no, mine would definitely be the Sydney World Cup. Would be
For sure, for sure.
I feel like that's where my that's where I started to get to know the Opals team and you
Right.
girls a lot more, and I like fangirl. I came to almost every game and I was screaming, and then they put me on the Jumbotron and I was like, oh my God.
I made it.
I felt like I made it. It was amazing. What would be one of your first memories for basketball?
One of my first memories was at the Mount Barker Rec Centre in the Adelaide
Shout out
Hills.
Mount Barker.
I was playing netball and a coach wanted me to play for the Zodiacs. So asked my mum and I played on a concrete floor up court 1. Do you remember Mount Barker there? Right near the canteen. And we get 5-cent cobbers.
Yeah, nothing costs 5 cents anymore.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely
no.
not. And yeah, my shins playing on concrete now would be livid. But my first game, my first memory of playing basketball was on this concrete court. Probably really cold. It was Mount Barker in the winter, and I was playing for the Zodes. Let's go Zodiacs.
I don't even. Okay, lovely memory. How did it go with that?
My first team was playing for the Celtics. We wore a fluoro orange singlet with little black bummers, like little undie shorts.
Tradie vibes.
Yeah, tradie vibes. And I remember my first ever basketball shot. It was like after a jump ball. You know, back in the day, you used to do the jump balls. And it was right under the basket. They tipped it to me. I turned around and shot it. And that was my first ever goal. Celtics
I love that you
uniform.
still remember that.
My fondest memory of beginning my basketball journey was my first team was a mixed team, so females and males on the same team, and the boys never would pass it to the girls. So I used to go up to my own teammates and steal the ball off them.
Oh my God, you never
It's not
do
a
that.
foul. It's not a foul if you can say it.
I think it's a travel, but that's all right.
Ladies, how would your teammates describe you?
Oh.
I really wanted to ask
off
this
the
one.
court.
Let's go off the court. Let's go off the court.
Off the court, I think they just describe me as like a lot of energy and just a little bit crazy or a lot bit crazy.
A lot bit
That's probably the
crazy.
most simplest answer I can give you.
Tell them.
Pretty chilled, I think. Off the
You
court.
gotta have that one easygoing person to just balance everyone out.
We need a couple of easygoing people.
Charlie just said that same thing. You think I'm easy going?
I like to balance us.
I think they describe me as at times a little bit obnoxious.
What? Where?
I have a phrase in the Opals, never do less, so that just kind of describes my...
Team leader vibes to me. That's
Yeah.
team leader
Yeah,
vibes.
It's
it is,
Capitano vibes.
absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about uniform. Let's start with shorts. Over the years, shorts have changed height. How do we feel about shorts above the knee, below the knee?
Oh, above.
Way better now.
Above.
Yeah.
100.
I'm pretty old school on most things. That's something I can get around.
Bummers for all I
No, I can't get back around that.
know. Little mini shorts.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was a real tomboy growing up, so for me, the baggier the better. I loved it. I didn't want to
right.
wear short shorts, but I think as I've watched, as girls get older, they want it shorter. When we're
Yeah.
young, it's just kind of like
Yeah.
whatever.
On court, I really like the short, like the athletic shorts.
Yeah.
The cut's perfect.
Yeah.
And I've been wearing them for a while
Yeah.
now. But off court, I really like just really loose, long kind of
Yeah.
Jorts.
shorts. Yeah, yeah, just real comfy.
So that's more like lifestyle versus playing.
Yeah.
So prefer your casual ones to be more baggy,
Yeah.
and then the playing ones to be a little full
like
fitting.
the oversized basketball shorts,
Yeah.
like, but casual for sure.
Which is generally I go get the men's ones.
Yeah.
'cause-
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. If iAthletic was going to take over the world, especially in the sports industry, what advice would you give them about things that are important when it comes to like casual athletic wear?
Oh, comfort number one.
Yeah.
Like I think it wins over everything else.
We've got to have a little bit of swag.
Yeah,
Yep.
the swag.
So
You've got to be
I think
swagalicious.
Yeah. Cut the colour range, I think,
Yep.
is very important.
Yeah.
Do we think neutral or do we like the option of bright colours?
Like splashes of colour,
Yeah.
I
but
definitely like both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like full tracksuit fits or mix and
Oh,
match?
full.
Full
Full.
tracksuit, but with the option of mixing it up a little bit
Yeah.
within the tracksuit. So
Yeah.
different types of cuts of jumpers.
Yeah.
Tracksuit wise, I know there's the whole skinny leg, straight leg thing with jeans and how apparently skinny legs are out. With trackies, do we like cuffed or do we like straight?
I used to love cuffed, but I think I'm mixing it up a little bit now. Not
So-
opposed to either.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not opposed to either as long as my ankles aren't having a party.
that's what I was
and I've
gonna
got to rip my
say.
pants down, as
Yeah.
that's my biggest concern when it's pants. So.
And
So an
the
option-
cuff normally like fits better that way
Yeah.
because you can kind of get away with it being a bit
Yeah.
shorter. But with iAthletic, we don't have that problem. It's
No.
great.
What sports did you guys play outside of basketball growing up? You said netball.
Yeah, I did netball. I did a bit of Milo cricket. They came to my school. So
It was called Milo
yeah,
cricket.
it was called Milo cricket. I swam, not very good. People think because I got big talents I'd be a good swimmer like Ian thought. But I mean, I was mediocre. So I did some swimming and I did some volleyball as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I did swimming, dancing. Would you believe it? I can't dance
okay.
anymore.
I did ballet.
Oh, no.
I did ballet.
What's type of dancing?
Jazz dancing.
Girl, me too.
Bunny? Oh, no
I
way.
was doing hip hop, and my parents were like, "You gotta do jazz first."
Get out of here.
So I was in there, my little jazz fingers.
Yeah, I had like a Rock and Robin outfit with the little like beak on top of the head. It was
the
great.
stockings?
Until, yeah, and I had to lead our team around behind the curtain for like our final show, and half the team was like sticking out still, so they yelled at me and I cried and quit. And that was it for my dancing
How long
career.
did your dance career last?
Oh, a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had to actually choose between tennis and basketball.
Ah,
Easy choice because I sucked at tennis. I was no good, but
fair enough.
loved basketball.
Maggie?
I did netball, but like professionally, competitively. But my parents made me try every sport, and I was always at lunchtime, recess, playing some type of sport. Usually with the boys.
Kings with the tennis.
Oh,
When you're warming up, what's your go-to warm-up gear? Long sleeves, leg sleeves. What do we like to wear?
Love to wear long sleeves.
Yeah.
So I keep my jacket on for as long as possible till I get too hot, but always have to have something on. Warm up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a hot body, so I just
Yeah,
like,
you are.
I'm just singlet and shorts. That's it. Like I get quite warm quite quickly. So
Yep.
I like the same as Madge, just like I definitely want to wear my warm-up top until like the
The
start of the
last
game.
second.
Yeah, until like say I'm in the starting lineup, then I'll take it off as soon as we go out to do our little starting 5 huddles before we hit the floor. Like that's kind of more of a maybe an OCD thing than anything, but that's just kind of how it's always rolled with me.
Final question, do you think it should be mandatory that all warm-up gear is the snap-off?
Oh, do you know what?
I don't like pants though when I'm warming up.
Nah,
But-
pants
so you
won't
can
nah.
snap
But
them
what
off
about when you're
quicker.
walking in, when you're arriving at
Yeah.
Do you know what we used to have?
It just
at
makes
the
me think
Eastern
of, like-
Mavericks, we used to have this warm-up top.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. We
Yeah.
had.
Snap pants.
I have a
This needs to
Mackay
be a
one like
warm-up
that.
top.
The
We
set,
bring it back.
the
Where's
snap
Dave
top
at?
with the snap
Dave,
pants.
Dave,
Bring
you
it back.
listening? We need this, bring this
Dave,
back.
we're bringing it back for warm-up.
Official request.
Yeah. I won't play unless.
Nah, the snap pants were particularly good when we had the
Particularly?
when we had the bodysuit. They were
Yeah,
like they were
yeah,
key,
yeah.
just easier.
I have so many questions now about bodysuits,
Oh.
but we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah,
Ladies,
good.
thank you for your
We'll leave
time.
it there.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
chatting with me.
Thanks so much.
And we'll talk soon again.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Oh, this tracksuit was light.
I know.
Oh,
Thank
like
you, thank you, thank you,
warmed
thank you.
me
That
up.
was awesome.
Go to see.